Hey there, everyone. A good and a happy weekend to you. Here we go into the middle of July, and we got a pretty decent forecast that's going to be ahead here, especially for the next couple of days. I'm Meteorologist Adam Claibon here, and we're going to be talking about a long stretch of some near, if not slightly above average temperatures that are going to be with us. Now, the weekend definitely going to be a little on the cooler side, especially for us heading on into the day on Saturday. But other than that, things staying fairly quiet, it's seeing plenty of sunshine and the heat not getting too out of hand. Let's go ahead and first talk about how things are shaping up here across a lot of the Pacific Northwest. And you can see that for right now, just some of those clouds across, especially some of our northern parts of western Washington. We're going to see those clouds kind of stay in and out here as we go throughout the day on Saturday. Sunday, though, should be a sunnier day for us. So probably going to be a cooler day in comparison to what we're going to see on Sunday from what we are going to be noticing, or at least Saturday is going to be cooler than what we're going to see on Sunday. Here's what we're expecting. Highs should generally be in the 70s like we've been here for a lot of the last week or so. 60s were what we were seeing generally towards the end of the month of June and into the very early part of July. And again, the heat is not going to get too out of hand. We got the mid-70s around for both Saturday and Sunday. More clouds around on Saturday, but then Monday, that starts to spike up to around 80 degrees possibly. So going to be seeing a little more of that heat, but again, nothing extreme. We're going to see those highs generally around the upper 70s and lower 80s into next work week. But here for Saturday and Sunday, seeing those highs staying around the mid-70s, so fairly seasonal. Averages right now at 77, so that's going to be slightly cooler than average. Here you go. You can see that the radar doesn't really have a whole lot. Maybe some moisture out that way towards the coast as we head on into the earlier part of Saturday. But other than that, not really seeing a whole lot. Another thing that we're going to keep an eye out for, these red flag warnings. This has been actually updated to a red flag warning that will be in place across more of those parts of eastern Washington. That's from 12 p.m. on Saturday until 11 p.m. on Saturday. What usually happens is those fire weather watches do get updated to red flag warnings if the National Weather Service sees fit, and they have. So we'll keep an eye out for the potential for a higher fire risk over that way. Of course, we already have fires going right now, so the stronger winds that we're going to see over into those parts definitely not going to help in terms of firefighting efforts. For us here west of the Cascades, we still keep the moisture in the atmosphere, so that really helps to keep things relatively comfortable and at least enough moisture in the atmosphere that we're not worrying too much about fire concerns over here. Again, though, as we go into the day for Saturday, we'll keep an eye out for some of those showers along the immediate coastline. That's at about noon on Saturday. You can see those working their way farther to the north as we head into the evening. Clallam County, we might see a bit of that, and then we'll notice that start to move its way off to the north. So the San Juans and maybe even Skagit and Whatcom County, northwest interior, we'll see that later on into Saturday night. But clouds, which will break apart somewhat heading into the day on Saturday, expecting more partly sunny skies, not a completely overcast day on Saturday, but definitely seeing at least a little sunshine into that point will give way to mostly sunny skies heading on here into Sunday, where it looks like we are going to have a lot more. The clear skies around, temperatures still more so in the mid to upper 70s for highs, but then once we head on into Monday, you can definitely tell there's little of anything in terms of cloud coverage here across the region at that point. And looking at what's ahead for us as we get ready to head on into the next week or so, this is the upper air pattern, and that disturbance that's going to help to produce a little more of the cloud coverage. Well, that's heading back off towards the north right there. That's part of the lighter greens that you see. As that moves its way off to the north across more of Canada, we'll have this ridge of high pressure, which more so it is centered across the center portions of the country. There you go. You can see that well over that way. Those are the deeper reds that you see. But some of that does find its way back off towards the west. And so that helps to warm us up a little bit. But since it is not going to be mainly overhead for us, we're going to keep things relatively comfortably warm. Even though it is going to be slightly warmer than average, it's not going to be too out of hand with the heat. And we'll keep it kind of that way here as we head on in towards the latter part of next week. And then we'll see what happens beyond that point. But National Weather Service, or the Climate Prediction Center here, 8 to 14-day temperature outlook. This goes between the dates of the 18th to the 24th. Does call for warmer than normal conditions here to be across, especially the eastern side of the state, but across the entire state of Washington with higher chances across more of eastern Washington. So temperatures will be above average, but you can see the average is at about 77 degrees. So for us to get up to 83 at the peak of some of this heat that we're going to have later on into next week, nothing that we cannot handle. And then things will start to level off around the upper 70s and lower 80s as we continue on for a lot of the upcoming work week. But the weekend, again, should be a bit cooler with some of the extra clouds and more of that onshore push with highs in the mid to upper 70s. And as we continue on, even into not only just the following weekend, but the start of next work week, the following work week, that is, heading into the 20th of July, you can see highs still hovering around that 80-degree mark, either a few degrees above or a few degrees below. Here are your temperatures here as we head on into more of early Saturday morning in the low to mid 50s, and then highs into Saturday afternoon, topping off in the mid to upper 70s, upper 60s outside of more of central and south sound, and seeing even 50s possibly out along the immediate coastline. And your 7-day forecast brings the sunshine out for us pretty much after we get through with partly sunny skies on Saturday, where we're going to see a long stretch of sunshine, 70s and eventually 80s as we head on into a lot of the upcoming work week. So enjoy the weekend, enjoy the comfortable temperatures, everyone, and enjoy this longer stretch of very nice Pacific Northwest summer weather. Have a good weekend.